Welcome to Healthy Universe with Dr. Ahmad Rushdi. I'm a specialist nutrition physician. I've been talking to you regarding the recent American dietary guidelines and the controversies behind that. Today, I'm going to talk about one aspect of this particular food pyramid, the inverted food pyramid they introduced on the 7th of January 2026. My today's topic is only regarding the sugar. Did they make the right thing? I think they made a correct choice regarding the limitation of added sugars. Let's see what they said. Number one, they said no added sugar. There is no need for added sugar. No amount of added sugar is recommended, which is highly recommended. This time, America made a war against sugar, not against any other countries. They said no added sugar. That is the number one recommendation. The second recommendation is they have a quantitative limit to the amount of sugar you need to take. Here we need to understand exact way they did this, because in 2021 they said you can take up to 200 calories of energy from added sugar, which amounts to 50 grams of sugar per day. Now all of a sudden what they say is for each meal you shouldn't exceed 10 grams of sugar, which means roughly 30 grams of sugar per day. That is the maximum. That will be about 6 teaspoons of sugar per day. From 10 teaspoons, they have come to 6 teaspoons. But however, that is a recommended change which can be applauded, because they made a real war against added sugar. Number three, they made an age-specific guideline, and they said less than 10 years, there is no need for any added sugar. It was less than 2 years, 5 years ago. Therefore, in that also they have improved. That means they made that any child who is less than 10 years old, no need any added sugars. That means no need for biscuits, chocolates, ice cream, candies whatsoever. But between the ages of 11 and 18, they said avoid added sugar. They played a very political statement. They said avoid added sugar, but still it is accepted, it is recommended, and we recommend even after that to continue with no added sugar. That will be a very good idea if people can follow that. Number four, they made no to highly processed food. Here comes, they made very clearly highly processed food. They didn't tell anything about processed food. They were very specific about the highly processed food. You may wonder, what are these highly processed food? You all know that cakes, cookies, sugar, biscuits, chocolates, ice creams, everything come under packeted foods, packeted juice, everything is highly processed or processed food. If you really need to know what is highly processed food, you have to look at the label, the nutrition label, because everybody can't read the nutrition label to get an idea. If we want, we can discuss that in another video. Then the fifth recommendation they made is they said no to non-nutrient sweetness. That means they said no to artificial sweetness. That's a sweet spot, because they said previously instead of sugar you can go for sweetness, artificial sweetness. Now they said clearly no artificial sweetness, but you can still go for things like stevia, which is natural. Then again they made there is no for sweetened beverages like sodas and colas and fruit juices and energy drinks which have added sugar. They said avoid. There is no place for a healthy diet with this sweetened sugary drinks. They are very clear about that. And finally they said if you are taking fruit juice, it has to be 100% real fruit, or else if you take fruit juice, it has to be 100% fruit based. There should be no room for added sugar. So these seven recommendations are applaudable, and they made a recommended change in people's life by making a bold statement against added sugar, which is not necessary for our life. But the question is this: how much sugar are we taking? I have calculated in my clinical practice in children. I used to say I calculated a child who took 40 teaspoons of sugar a day. I calculated from the early morning tea to the artificial milk that the child takes, and to the ice cream, to the biscuits, evening tea, evening chocolate biscuits, everything together, the child is taking around 40 teaspoons sugar. So we need to make a big change. It is a behavioral change we have to make. It is in the mind. We have to make sure that sugar is not a essential component of our food. That is number one. Okay, now I told you regarding the recent guideline regarding the use of added sugar. Then let's come to the healthy benefits. What are the healthy benefits of cutting down sugar, added sugar? Number one, it reduces the inflammation in your body. That is the main important one single thing is sugar is pro-inflammatory and it makes your inflammation more affect your all the other organs including your brain, your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, your nerves, your eyes. It is like a slow poison. It is like a slow cancer. It will kill you over a period of time and it will reduce the quality of life which you have. That is very important. It is pro-inflammatory and it will increase the free fatty acids in your liver. That is the very important message. People have a misunderstanding that fatty liver is due to fats. It is not so. It is due to excess carbohydrates, excess sugar, especially converted to free fatty acids, which in turn causes fatty liver. So the second process is pro-inflammatory, then free fatty acids. Then there's a concept called leaky gut. Leaky gut in the sense when you take high amount of sugar, your gut bacteria fights with each other and the good bacteria will be replaced by bad bacteria. Then bad bacteria's toxin can enter the bloodstream and it will affect the blood vessels and these toxins can cause several diseases in your body because it is causing an inflammatory reaction. That is why I said this is a poison. Sugar is basically a poison and we should avoid at any cost. Let's make a change. Will decide that from today I'm going to slowly reduce my sugar, or if I can make a bold motivation, then I can stop it right now. Let's heal the world with Dr. Ahmad Rushdi. Thank you.